We are now streaming live on YouTube. First case I have is State of Georgia versus Akin Yele versus Akin Bamidele.
State will be ready.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brandon Lewis is assigned to that case.
Have we heard from Mr. Lewis, an announcement or something?
I haven't, Judge.
Okay. State of Georgia versus Jeremiah Barmer Simmons.
State will be ready.
That was a hearing at last check, Judge.
All right, not that ready. State of Georgia versus Xavier Brooks.
State will be ready.
Your Honor, that defendant is a conflict. We're requesting a continuance. ADA Thomas, I think that we had put him on another calendar, if I can
Hold
recall
on
it.
a second, let me pull it up.
Yate, what's the date that we're using anyway?
May 20th.
Okay. While y'all figure that out, State of Georgia.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm sorry. He's already on 5/11 calendar.
Okay, all right, 5/11. State of Georgia versus Khalil Bush.
State's ready. Officers locked down.
Hold for report.
Your Honor, I show that individual out to bond.
Who's that? Mr. Bush?
Yep, Mr. Khalil Eric Bush.
Do you
That
guys
is
have
correct.
him in
That is correct.
Okay.
That's accurate.
It is ADA Thomas. He's out to bond.
State of Georgia versus Tamisha Fields.
State will be ready. And Your Honor, if I may excuse the officer on Bush. Detective Simmons, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, that's Mr. Toll's case. So we'll hold that until he appears. All right, State of Georgia. Daquan DeMarcus Foster Hill.
State will be ready.
That case is also with Attorney Toll.
Okay. Tommy Gamble.
State will be ready.
Hold for report, Judge.
Kenneth Hill.
State will be ready.
I need to hold on that one, Judge.
Michael Hunt.
He is acquitted.
State will
Judge.
be ready.
Your
No,
Honor,
he will not. He's acquitted, Judge.
I have him on temporary loan. The jail said that he was out on temp loan.
Michael Hunt.
Judge, can we have a breakout session when this is done, please? We respect Mr. Hunt. Thank you.
Okay. All right, State of Georgia versus Naira Yvette King.
State will be ready.
Your Honor, Tiambre Callan is assigned to that case. She's in another courtroom right now. She said hold for her report.
Okay. Jalen Leverett.
State will be ready.
And Judge, we're gonna need well, I don't know if continuous is the right word, but I don't think we'll be able to go forward today. There's a conflict we need to resolve. I think he's also on for the 29th, as in Wednesday. So we may be able to go forward on the 29th, but we can't say for sure today.
Any objection, Ms. Thomas, to continuing to May 29th?
No, Your Honor.
All right,
No,
it'll be continued to
no,
the
Judge.
29th.
No, I mean, he has another charge on the calendar for Wednesday, April the 29th, that's related to this. And so,
Oh,
The
okay.
charges are split, I think, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll just move it to the 29th. If that's, oh, do you have your officer here today?
I don't see him, Your Honor, but I can get him. It's Lieutenant Warren. He comes to court.
So did you want to do it today, Mr. Rogers, or you want to do it on the 29th?
no, we would need to come back on the 29th because I'm not sure exactly how the conflict is going to be resolved yet.
So
Okay,
it's a
all right.
possibility it could get continued beyond that. Is that what you're saying?
Possibly, yeah, it just kind of depends on how this conflict shakes out. I might be able to do it on the 29th, but I just don't know yet.
Okay.
All right, so we'll put it on for Wednesday, the 29th of April. All right, Divine Elijah Lewis.
State will be ready.
Judge, good morning, Beverly Taylor. How you doing, Judge Bando?
I'm good. How you?
Good. I represent Mr. Lewis, and I'll be ready. I do need to speak briefly, maybe with the state. And Mr. Lewis, I thought I had your number, but I don't. If you want to put it in the chat for me.
I'm gonna say it out loud as soon as we come off of this conference.
Okay, that's fine. All right, and I have to go I'm sitting down in the carpet. I have to go into the courthouse in Fulton County, so I'll log back on. I'm gonna stay on till you finish the calendar, but I'll log back on once I get into the courthouse.
Ms. Taylor,
Yes.
I can put his number in the chat if that'll be easier.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alexis Lavitt or Livet.
State is ready. Officers logged on.
Pretrial on that, Judge.
Okay. Coelho Lozano.
State will be ready.
And I need to hold on that one, Judge. For one, we're going to need an interpreter.
Ulysses Lucier.
Tony Hedge for the defendant, Your Honor.
State will be ready.
I'm sorry, who was that?
State will be ready.
Who was the attorney representing Mr. Lucier? I didn't see it.
Tony Hedge, Your
Oh,
Honor.
okay. All right. You said you're ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Eric Marshall.
State will be ready.
Attorney Christos assigned. Attorney Toll says hold for his report, Your Honor.
I assume that. Damien Malik McCauley.
State will be ready. ADA Thomas, that case was already dismissed.
You've already dismissed that, yes.
Thank y'all for thinking of me.
Not a problem.
Steve McBride.
State will be ready. State is ready, Your Honor. Actually, there's an officer lead that's here on that one.
And I think that's going to be a hearing, Judge, but I just need to double check Mr. McBride.
Dorian Mitchell.
Move that to Wednesday, Judge. Half of the charges on Wednesday.
Any objection, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
All right, it'll be moved to 429. Christopher Monroe.
State will be ready.
Pretty sure that's going to be a hearing, Judge.
Okay. Jaterrell Murphy. Jaterrell Murphy.
I don't have that one. Let's see what's going on.
Your Honor, that case was assigned to Jonathan Oden. Apparently, there's a conflict with him. We're requesting a continuance. The case has to be reassigned to another conflict attorney.
Okay.
We're going to have to continue it.
All right, so that date is May the 20th. That's right, Yate?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, May the 20th for a conflict attorney assignment. State of Georgia versus Jaden Anderson Owens.
State will be ready.
That case is assigned to Jonathan Oden.
Okay. Jamal Pinson.
State will be ready.
Attorney Crystals.
Daryl Person.
State will be ready.
Hold for report.
Samuel Rivers.
State will be ready.
Requesting a continuance, Your Honor, so that a conflict attorney can be assigned.
All right, continue to May the 20th for a conflict attorney. Manoa Smith.
State will be ready.
Requesting a continuance, Your Honor, so that a conflict attorney can be assigned.
Okay, May the 20th for an attorney. State of Georgia versus Aaron Thomas.
State will be ready.
Pretrial judge.
Traviana Troutman.
State will be ready.
Hold for report.
Justice Treadell.
State will be ready.
It's gonna be a hearing judge.
All right. Matt Washington.
State will be ready.
I need to hold on that one, Judge.
Daquan Wilkins.
State will be ready.
Requesting a continuance, Your Honor, so that a conflict attorney can be assigned.
All right, May the 20th for an attorney. Therese Williams.
State will be ready.
Case assigned to Jonathan Oden.
All right, and Jerry Young.
State is ready. Officers logged on.
Hold for report.
Okay, so that's everyone that I have listed on the calendar. Do y'all have any other names that have not been called? No, okay. So do any of these officers on these hearings that announced ready, Mr. Thomas, you have them?
I thought I had one, Your Honor, but I don't.
Judge, can we have that breakout session with Ms. Davis, myself, you, and Ms. Thomas?
Yeah, as soon as I sort out who's ready to go, because we have a hard start time today. Hard
Judge,
stop
when's your stop?
at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
All
Right now,
so-
Judge, I don't have any. I would need a few minutes to call.
Okay.
Other than I think Steve McBride, I think that was a hearing, and there was an officer here for that.
And Judge, if I can jump in the breakout room and I can talk to Mr. McBride. Also, we're still showing on YouTube on my side.
Yeah, I hadn't cut it off yet.
Yeah.
All right.